Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu diesem Video. Herzlich willkommen auf unserem Uptrend-Kanal. Mein Name ist Daniel und heute geht es in der Serie Core Blockchain weiter. Wir haben ja schon einiges berichtet, mal angefangen von der Videotelefonie ohne Internet, die uns live präsentiert wurde. Hier die Verlinkung. Dann folgte wiederum darauf, ja, wie funktioniert denn jetzt eigentlich dieses Luna Mash? Hier die Verlinkung. Und dann haben wir natürlich auch mal die Blockchain vorgestellt. Ja, ist die überhaupt dezentral und so weiter und so fort. Hier die Verlinkung. Und heute geht es um ein Thema, was wiederum häufig in den Fragen kam. Um wiederum ins Internet zu gehen, wurde ja eine Wi-Fi-Verbindung hergestellt. Jetzt haben natürlich viele gesagt, ja Moment mal, wenn ich mich ja jetzt wieder mit irgendwas verbinden muss und wieder dann ins Internet zu gehen, dann ist das ja jetzt irgendwie nicht neu. Genau. Und deshalb haben wir genau diese Frage gestellt und freue dich jetzt mal auf die Antwort.
The important thing is look, you need some form of connection. So, you know, if you have a smartwatch, it uses Bluetooth. It uses, if you want to tap your telephone to connect to a POS device where you're making a payment like Apple Pay or Google Pay, you're using an NFC. It's a form of connection. Doesn't mean that there is some other connection that's running in. A Wi-Fi, a Bluetooth, a radio frequency. If you're listening to radio, there's all the time signals running. Anywhere you are in the world, there is always signals that are running. And basically what happens is whether there is something on that signal, that is the important thing. So what we've done is we've written our own protocols, and we are using these types of signals because this is the only way that you can actually distribute a type of a network. Now, to be able to distribute a network through these types of frequencies, it actually means nothing if it's just a network. You need applications. That's why we built the Heyo application. That's why we built the Core Pass. That's why we built the Ting in the meeting. That's why we built Tok, all these types of things, because that underlying facet of making this a success is we can't charge for the connectivity, and we will never charge for it because the connectivity is what is important. For you to be able to use the Heyo application, we're not going to charge anything for that because that is not our philosophy. What we want to do is specifically stream this type of application for people to be able to participate in the network, and that gives it a real use case. So using Wi-Fi and using Bluetooth is only the means for you to connect to something. You know, very simplistic. Anyone that wants to try and understand that, go to your router, or I don't know what your service provider would be, unplug the network cable and just let it sit there and connect to the Wi-Fi. You'll be able to see your Wi-Fi, but you will not be able to connect to the internet, because that is also a Wi-Fi mechanism. The only difference is that this is built using other types of frequencies, and it is a peer-to-peer topology. That Wi-Fi that you're using there is not a peer-to-peer topology. Actually, what's happening is it needs the internet, and then it goes to centralized environments where it does that. And the applications are using centralized servers, which it's going through, which means there's a central point of connection. So, to make a simplistic example, a WhatsApp call. If I want to phone Rastislav, basically what's going to happen, actually I should correct that. If I want to phone Alex, yeah, right, got it right this time. So if I want to phone Alex, then with WhatsApp I have his telephone number, but for me to phone him, actually what happens is you create a room, and that room's actually in a server. So what happens is I go in there, he's always connected to this server. So, because this is what's opening up the streams. So I will find him in the server, we'll create the room, and I can do the connection, and that's how I can phone him. In our case, there is no server. There's nothing. It is directly, utilizes the network because everyone's participating in it, uses the core pass, stipulates, it sees if Alex and I have done a verification via core pass, and I've done a verification, or I've requested to speak to him via Heyo, the first time that I've requested it and he's accepted it, then we always will have the connection. So all it will do is it will just utilize the blockchain, which is entirely decentralized also, and it will find the peer, and it will say, does he have the permission? Yes. Is he allowed to contact him? Yes. And I'll be able to establish messaging, establish phoning all the time. But when he revokes that permission, I can no longer contact him. Does not matter how hard I try. So that's actually the difference between what we've built and what is currently the solution. This is entirely peer-to-peer. And you do need Wi-Fi and you need Bluetooth because it's what's built in your telephone. This is what's running IoT devices. You need that type of connection. Otherwise, we'd have to build a brand new telephone with a new form of connection and a new form thing. Use the existing infrastructure to get the most reach as fast as possible. That's actually the philosophy, so that we can actually provide that connectivity. Does that answer the question?
Yes. One last question about, you speak about peer-to-peer connectivity.
Yes.
Because he accepts you or you him, there is absolute safety or secure for both, that just you both guys have the connection. Nobody can come in your network and share this data.
Yes, that's exactly.
Crazy, yeah?
So let me explain to you. The only two people that will have the messages between us is him and me.
Yeah. Nobody other can come.
Nobody else can come in. Nobody can see it because it's stored on this device and on this device. It's not stored anywhere else.
No servers involved.
No servers involved. What we do have is we do have backups where you can do it in the cloud. You can do a cold storage, so you can put it on a USB or something like this. But basically, what happens is it is also encrypted using the ED448. But it's got three forms of decryption. It's got a PIN, it's got a password, and then it's got your seed. So if you change the devices and you want to port the application, you can download it from the cloud, and then you can actually bring all your chats back in there. But it's never, so whenever you say backup, it will do a backup. Of course, you can do an automated backup, but it's only an encrypted file which is stored there. I would recommend always storing it on a local cold storage device so that you have it secure there. This would just be my recommendation.
Also wie du siehst, spannend, auch die Erklärung dahinter leuchtet ein. Also wir sind an der Stelle nicht die Techniker, da ist Ocker definitiv fitter. Aber wenn man sich das anschaut, dann macht das schon alles in allem Sinn, weil natürlich dieses Netz, also woraus ja Luna Mash quasi aus Sender und Empfängern besteht, ja erst gebildet werden muss. Wenn das dann steht, dann wird natürlich mit fertiger Infrastruktur das Ganze immer spannender. Und da darf man halt einfach gespannt sein, wie das Ganze vom Markt angenommen wird. Das ist halt auch wiederum die wichtige Sache. Also schreibt dazu mal gerne unten in die Kommentare, mal ganz offen gesprochen, würdest du Luna Mash nutzen? Ich bin gespannt. Und sonst, wenn dir das Video gefallen hat, gib uns einen Daumen hoch, abonniere diesen Kanal und aktiviere die Glocke. Und wenn du dir noch Fragen stellst zur steuerlichen Thematik, also so Referral-Provision und wie ist da eigentlich die Versteuerung richtig, brauche ich da ein Gewerbe? Wir haben lange nach einem Experten gesucht, haben ihn jetzt gefunden, Sebastian Bing. Wenn du Lust hast, gibt es auch schon ein Video über Tex-Mex. Falls du das Video sehen willst, hier die Verlinkung. Und falls du einfach Bock hast, dir mal ein kostenfreies Infogespräch zu sichern, dann schau mal jetzt in die Description und sicher dir da dein kostenfreies Gespräch. Sebastian ist seit knapp 30 Jahren Buchhalter und kann das sehr viel aus der Praxis auch erklären und kann dir eben genau sagen, welche Tricks und Kniffe sind denn da eben wichtig. Sonst, wir sehen uns im nächsten Video. Bis dahin alles Gute. Ciao.